we're actually going to Skirrid. Right, there's the church.
Oh, it's right here.
Right, it's just at this petrol station here. Right, I'll slide down because the car park's quite short. Well, yeah, car park's quite short. Yeah.
Well, it's quite well known for strange things happening here. As well as there being a fantastically cosy atmosphere when we trade, and people really enjoy themselves here. When we close, the whole building takes on an absolutely different atmosphere entirely. I've run a Skirrid Inn for about 15 years. We're famous for paranormal activity, and there's just no way you can stay here overnight and not feel something happen.
We decided to travel to the Skirrid Mountain Inn, a famously haunted pub and hotel, in an attempt to find proof of the paranormal. Previous occupants claimed to have seen a ghost-like figure riding their horse through the bar area. Room 2 had also gained notoriety online for its ghostly goings-on.
I know you're staying this evening, and all I'll say is be completely open-minded. Please check everything, vigilantly that you see. You may miss things, but I'm absolutely 100% sure there'll be a couple of times when your senses are heightened and you just have strange feelings. And I hope you see and hear things, but there is no doubt that this place is a little bit out of sync with the rest of us, I think.
That's enough of that as uncomfortable. I'm originally from Somerset. I've been there nearly all my life. Recently relocated to Wales. I got into the paranormal back in 2005, thanks to a number of strange events happening at the same time.
We found Kieran online trying to find other students interested in starting a paranormal society at his university. Unlike other investigators, Kieran prides himself on his scientific approach combined with his ability to sense paranormal activity.
I would like to capture some footage, some audio, so something which is classed as good evidence. The downside is 99% of what you see on the internet as potential evidence is all faked. I kind of want to prove it to myself as well. I feel that I know something is out there, but if I could find something which is really tangible, that would make me feel a bit better about, oh great, I wasn't deluding myself. I've almost given up on trying to prove it to other people. I really don't care.
In the hopes of discovering some proof of ghosts, he brought along some like-minded friends to help aid our investigation. We started off the evening with a pendulum session conducted by his friend, Dave.
Actually, I'm going to ring the bell first to try and initiate contact between this realm and the next realm. Hopefully I don't break this thing, so here we go. So I'm calling out to all the spirits that may be here with us. We would love to communicate with you. If you can communicate with us through the pendulum and the pendulum board, that would be very, very much appreciated.
So tiny movements with this finger, thumb and finger, and the pendulum had about an inch movement. I would say that's more than the hand movement would justifiably create, but it's nowhere near enough for anyone to say that's paranormal. We thought perhaps to change the location, and a few people had the feeling that the back room of a bar might be a suitable location. So we set ourselves up down there.
So now making actual physical contact with the chain. Are there any spirits here that would like to communicate with us? Okay, forget about the pendulum. The candles around this little board. Is there anything you can do to those? Can you move the candles at all? Can you make them flicker?
I'm feeling we might be in the wrong place. I'm getting a vibe about something in that middle area by where people come in through the door.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm just drawn to there, as opposed to concentrating on what we're supposed to be doing here.
Sure.
Undeterred by a lack of contact with the spiritual realm, we decided to delve into a more controversial form of communication, the Ouija board. To our surprise, Kieran chose not to take part. We asked him why.
I mean, this goes back 7-8 years. The last time I messed with one in the RAM, with a group of people, it turned really nasty. Something definitely was trying to affect us in its most negative way it could. Out of the 4 people around that Ouija board, 2 people went unconscious. Was that just fear? Was that something else? Or was it, hindrance from a negative entity? Who knows? But I was one of those two people, and it was horrible. And that stabbing pain in the kidneys felt realistic. So that alone is enough reason to think, I ain't doing that again without a really good medium controlling it.
So, okay, so I'm going to ask for the protection of our guides as we open this session. As always, ask for good, honest communication. We don't want any evil or nasty spirits coming through. There we go, so I'd like to open this session and let's go for it.
That's another reason why I'm a crap person to have in the group of that, if I was willing to, because I'm so conscious of it, constantly taking my finger off of it, just to prove that I'm not doing this movement.
Come on, please try. Use all of our energy in here. Use the energy from the candles as well. And please try and communicate with us. We're not here to judge you at all. Can you just tell us, are you when we get over there, are you a good spirit? Please say no. Should I say that out loud? That's it, go on. That's it, yeah, bring that energy on, that's great. That's great. No. Come on, brilliant. This is good. It's good. Come on. No. Keep the momentum. No. Okay. I asked you back at the other bar room if you were a good spirit. I never really got a clear answer on that. But can you let us know?
I'm even up for being properly possessed. Come on, give it a go.
Why not too much? Because you've got to drive them home.
Well, I'll kick him out by then, don't you?
What to do?
Doing what?
Do you just join in more energy?
It might cause it to kick off and get nasty.
It'd be silly we're filming that.
No, seriously, my experiences with Ouija board is
It's
the
fine,
moment
take it.
I say, oh, it'll be okay this time, then next time it'll be easier, and then we'll be
Yeah.
back to square one.
Would you like Kieran to join in?
He's not saying no, so.
It's a bit like when I was on the pendulum, wasn't it? Nothing.
Yes, that's it.
It's quite common. A lot of time people think they've had Ouija board success. They say, what did you ascertain? Not really a load of garbage. And I fail to believe that if it's influenced by a spirit, you always seem to find a spirit that's completely and utterly illiterate. I fail to believe that. Even people years ago who couldn't really write, they had an idea of what the name started with or something. But some of the garbage people get, and we've got numerous times through Ouija boards, when there's been a lot of movement, not even when it's barely moved, it's still questionable.
As the sun began to rise, it was clear our time at the Skirrid Mountain Inn was coming to an end. Unlike our expectation to conclude our journey with evidence of the paranormal, we came away feeling irritable, confused and sleep deprived.
This only begs the question, why do people do this? Perhaps we're not going to find the answer from our paranormal investigation. So we turn to Kieran for his opinion.
I honestly think that every individual person throughout their life, and they get knowledge, they have an idea of what's happening and where they're going afterwards. And my theory at the moment is we all go to where we feel is that afterlife. Whether you're floating around as a ghost to haunt people who annoyed you, which is at the moment where I am, or whether you're going to go to heaven, which is great. But something drives this mechanical machine. It's more than just energy we give it. Something drives it. I think that when we're done, we're released. Whatever we are, we're released and we go somewhere. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm interested in paranormal, is to, when my time comes, I'll get the answer to that.
What I found in my 15 years tenure here is that people are looking for something else. We're not looking for the traditional faiths, and I think it's places like this where they seem to hone in and back up their open-mindedness.